Hey guys, this is Viper 6 going for a short ride because the sun came out and it's been raining a lot, so there's some areas we got to be careful because there's a lot of road closures still. Yeah, so I tried to implement a policy at work where if 3 people agree that someone's stupid, you're allowed to slap him. Well, they declined it. I tried, but you know how it is. Anyway, I'm going to try and avoid some of my favorite routes because I know they're closed. Still kind of taking a chance because it's been raining on and off. And if you look at the clouds, it's not so good. But nonetheless, here I am. I finally managed to sell a couple of helmets that I had. And for you new riders out there, when you buy a helmet, keep it on your head for a good 15 minutes. Because this one here, I didn't do that. Same thing with my wife. We spent $330 on each on a couple of Scorpion EXO 900 modular helmets with inflatable cheek pads, and after 10 minutes we both had headaches. So I wound up selling them both this week for $150 each. So that's a total of $300 that's going to go towards a cold air intake for my new truck. Yay! It's going to sound even meaner than it does now. My wife doesn't see the excitement in that, but I do, and I'm sure some of the boys out there will too. So it is what it is. I don't know. I'm debating, where do I go? I think I'll just ride around for a bit. So just before leaving, I went online and bought a couple of tickets for a movie we're going to go see her at 7:15 tonight called Man of Steel. It's on that AVX something or other digital screen whatever thingy. So we'll see. But the cool thing is though that when you buy tickets for this specific theater for an AVX movie, you can select your seating. So my seats are reserved. I don't have to worry about like scrambling in there real quick to try and find the spot I want. Okay, come on, lady. Or sir. Move it, sir. So, hope you guys are getting some rides in. Yeah, the big thing in Calgary right now is all these floods. I went to work on Friday. I'm usually at work by 5:15 in the morning. Yeah, I know it's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. It avoids traffic because it's all the way across town, and I'm stationed off-site for now. So for those who know Calgary, I live in Tuscany, and the office I'm working out of is in Ogden, so it's like way across town in the south. And the way Calgary is laid out, there's only like 2 arteries, Deerfoot and Glenmore, which wasn't well thought of, but whatever. So I get there early, I avoid all the traffic, and then I'm out the door there by 3, and I avoid all the traffic. Because if I leave at 3, I'm home in about 23 minutes. If I wait till 4, it takes 2 hours. So yeah, there you go. So what I did was I went to work and then I started watching CTV on the corner of my screen, and they were starting to close roads in town. So and I saw Glenmore's down to 1 lane, and then Glenmore's closed. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm never going to get home if I don't leave now. So I left, and lo and behold, there's no way to get home from through the city for me anymore because Deerfoot was a huge parking lot and people were being diverted. Glenmore was closed, so I wound up taking some back roads in the opposite direction, way out of town. Like I live in the west, I started heading east and south, and I hooked up with Deerfoot South, the 22X, and went through a whole ton of stuff, man. It was like brutal. a simple ride turned into a 220 kilometer. Normally it would take me 30 kilometers to get home. So I went through all sorts of back roads, and then even then, on the last ride back from Canmore, there's an area where you go through Bragg Creek, and I wound up going through there, and I couldn't get to Highway 1 because that was closed. So luckily the 8 was still open, but barely. It was like there's a creek that was a raging thing. So I managed to get home the long way, and my wife was happy I made it home because it's no fun getting stranded somewhere, even though there's a couple of roads I could have tackled with my truck, but the cop was right in the end. You know, I said, yeah, your truck clears the water, but you don't know if there's still a road underneath it. And I couldn't argue with him on that. He was totally right. Yeah, you see water, you assume there's still a road underneath there, and you don't know if you're going to be driving into 10 feet and into a 10-foot hole. So he had a point. So I didn't argue. Yeah. I wonder if I should swing by Canadian Tire. What a douche. Yeah, some bikers are just not too bright. Anyway, I guess he doesn't know he's going to be on YouTube. So it's a douche that lives in Royal Oak. Hopefully he comes across this video and sees how stupid he was. And back to the rule. If 3 people agree that someone is stupid, you're allowed to slap him. Yeah, anyway, I'd see a few bikes, but more in the city. Normally you don't see too many bikes on these roads. They're mostly on the highways, you know. But because a lot of highways are still closed, because road washouts, mudslides, crap, whatever you name it is over there, people are sticking more to city runs just to get it out of your system. Yeah, so I woke up this morning and I saw that, I woke up to my son showing up home at 5:15 and then just leaving again. So I wonder if he made it to work. He had a 1:45 shift at Co-op, which is a grocery store here in Calgary. And yeah, you know what? It's summer vacation and all that stuff. So now he thinks, he's close to 18. He can come home whenever he wants. So I used to worry, but I know he's like a dog. He always finds his way back home. Still, doesn't mean it doesn't stress you out, right? I hope the mic sounds good because I put it in a different spot. And we'll see how it turns out. Shouldn't be too much wind noise. It's mostly in the city over here. But yeah, I got a few comments on my accent. And yeah, I guess I do have an accent. I was born and raised in Quebec, Grew up learning French, English, but primary language that I was taught at home was Italian. So went to school, bilingual school actually, which was half day English, half day French, and then finished it off in English high school with 45 minutes of French a day, which they determined I was too advanced for. So in grade 7, I was in grade 10 French, advanced, and then by grade 9, I had a spare class, and back then you weren't allowed to have spares. So I took Spanish. And Spanish being another Latin-based language like Italian and French, it was an easy pickup for me. So whenever I go to Mexico, I get like sweet deals because I start speaking Spanish, like totally fluent. And the funniest thing was once in Puerto Vallarta, I went there, and I started rambling in Spanish. And the guy said, "So, you're Mexican?" I go, "Yeah, absolutely." So I said, "Oh, okay, cool. Whatever you see on the sticker, it's actually 50% off." Oh, cool. So I loaded his counter with all sorts of crap. And then he rings it all in, and I pull out my Canadian Tire MasterCard. Man, if looks could kill, man, he would have killed me. So in other words, these guys try to swindle tourists, and he just got swindled by the tourist. Cool. I should slow it down. It is 60 over here after all. Yeah, we got another biker up ahead. Anyway. Yeah, day's not bad. This morning was raining, then it got sunny, then it was raining. But there's a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not heading west, which I normally do, because when you can't see the mountains with the sheets of rain coming down, yeah, you can avoid it. Looks like I'm going to be going through some mud over there. No, on a clean bike. Yeah, that area of the road always has some sort of runoff. It's like engineering at its best. Okay, let me see how bad it is. It's always a lot better on the left lane. That's not too bad, but it would have crept up my windscreen, so... Oh yeah, that's not good. Yeah, but the amount of soot on the road, you could tell that this was like a little flooded over here. I think I'll get on Stony Trail. At least we know it's dry there. Oh shoot, I was going to go to Canadian Tire. Wrong direction. I guess I'm not going to Canadian Tire. This is 100 clicks over here. For some reason, because of this exit, people always slow down to 80. Like, can easily take it at 100, but... See, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but those mountains back there, normally they're visible. So you know it's pouring over there. This is a nice community. They have their own little lake. Some of them stock it with trout, so you can actually go fishing in it. It's kind of cool, I think. Yeah, the wind's picking up. I mean, something's going to be blowing in, so I won't be riding for long. Good thing is with all this rain, at least you know that these are fairly clean because there's nothing that could run off over it. One thing you guys are going to notice in Calgary with construction zones, they post a speed limit, they drop it down to 60 or 50 because of construction, and then on the weekends there's no construction, at night there's no construction, there's nothing on the road, but they'll leave it at 50 and 60 so that they can generate revenue for our government by nailing you with speeding tickets. Whereas in Quebec, if the construction company wouldn't resume the posted speed limits after all hazards were removed from the road or no crews were present, they would get fined for slowing down traffic for no reason. Here, not the same. Let's let the lady with the nice smile in. She looked kind of stressed out. Some people get stressed out when they need to merge in and there's a bike there. And that's a good thing. You want them to be stressed out. Nice bike. It's got a nice look, but the pipes have to go. Sorry. I had pipes that look like that. Huge, quiet, and I just didn't like it. Yeah, so I haven't spoken to Scott in a while, but I know that D Heller 777 always asks me to say hi to him for him. So R1, if you're looking at this video, D Heller says hi. Wonder how things are going for R1 with the move and the packing and the house hunting. Because yeah, it's a drag when you have pets, because for some reason people don't like renting to pets. Like, personally, I've had pets and I have kids, and by far, and I mean by far, kids are way more destructive to a property than pets. You know, so they rent to people with kids, or it should be the other way around. So hope everything goes well, because as soon as you guys say you have pets over here, it kind of restricts your market by 90% at least. It kind of sucks. Anyway, I'll sign out for a bit. Viper 6 out.